Okay, Sean Fury here again with Sean Fury's Hero Training School, continuing our hero training series today. Moving right along light speed through this so you guys can get to the end and feel awesome about what you've learned and apply it in your own life and get the results you've always been wanting. So, systems are what we're creating here, and we're going to be, when you put all these situational variables together, we're going to be creating a social system, okay? And it's a social system in which you can get your human needs met, we said, right? Well, you might have heard growing up in elementary school, probably was the last time some of you heard about it. I know that's where I heard about it and then never stepped into that subject again, but it's extremely important. And that is that you might have heard about ecosystems in nature, right? Physical systems in which living organisms live and get their needs met because the physical environment is structured in a way naturally, or some might say that it was created by God or a divine being, right? So your higher power, or whatever you believe in, evolution. Uh, Nonetheless, the physical ecosystem appears to be designed in a way that uh, is most conducive to need satisfaction and self-actualization or flourishing life, right? For the organisms, the plants and animals and insects and everything that lives there, right? They all work together as a team without even realizing it as part of the food chain and the natural cycle. And some things are producers of food and others are consumers of it or whatever, and then whatnot. So you'll have to check into that on your own. But for my purposes, all you need to know is that human beings, we don't live in uh, the jungle anymore, right? Where these things are happening in such a functional way. We're living in cement, you know, villages where everyone has a bad attitude and is treating us like garbage. So we need to take personal responsibility for restructuring the ecosystems in which we live. And specifically, I mean the social ecosystem, right? You also are going to take care of the physical environment where you live, like try to keep it clean. That's very important. But the purpose of hero training is to learn how to clean the social ecosystem, or what I've been calling the social environment, right? The social ecosystem really includes the place where you're living, working, learning, playing, the place where you're being human, and it includes the people who are participating there. That's you and others, and the people who are managing the health and functioning of that place. That's either you or all of the people there if you're adults, right? Because you all have a responsibility to get your own human needs met. So even if you're an employee at work, you don't really have a legitimate claim to telling your boss how to do their job. But you do have a legitimate claim to telling your boss that you don't feel comfortable working in an environment where people are being bullied and mistreated because it's not conducive to human need satisfaction, personal advancement of goals, or to company productivity, right? It's not conducive to profit for people to be getting all bent out of shape and worried and scared, crapless, and stuff. So these social ecosystems that are made up of all those five situational variables that we talked about in the past few videos can either be positive or they can be negative, right? Now, we've stated that human beings have this innate drive to be well and flourish. And I think I'm going to talk about more of that in the next video too. But you have an innate drive to be well and flourish, just like plants and animals do, right? The acorn is born with an innate drive uh, or you could even say it's an automatic thing to become the mighty oak tree, right? So what's going to stand in its way if not a toxic and dysfunctional environment, right? if you can clean the environment and keep it healthy and nutrient rich, that acorn will reach its full potential, just like you will reach your full potential. So we'll talk more about that in a minute.